How's it everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's Sanctum Gamer here, and we're back once again in Coral Reeches, looking down at our first town that we built in the last video. And so far so good. I like the way the town is shaping up as a whole, and today what I want to do is I want to start expanding out into the immediate surrounding region of building a nice small, probably quaint little town over here, just to increase the number of people in the area just a little bit and try out a few things that I've been wanting to try out with these new tools, like what you can do in terms of the what's this thing called, the add object. Where is it? Is it this one? Yes, this thing. So I want to try and make use of it a little bit, making use of the developer mode as well, and try and see if I can build some nice little settlement in this area. But before we get into that, what I wanted to do was to address this no medical supplies quickly. So I got a comment from somebody in the last video that said they suspect the reason why supplies are not being delivered to the clinic is because of its location so close to this node. So if you look at it, the entrance to the clinic actually sits right on the node. And I remember this also from Cities Skylines 1. I remember a time when I built the amusement park in Nomersburg and I put the entrance right against the node and it didn't register. So I thought that was definitely worth a try, and I tested it out off camera and it actually worked. So I figured we would give it a try at this point. Now I have to actually delete the asset. When I try and relocate the asset and just turn it around, it didn't register and it still didn't get any supplies despite the fact that I left the game running at full speed for quite a while. So the only way I could get it sorted was to delete it, replace it like I have done now, and we should see in time we've got 0.01 or 0.1 tons. I'm just gonna speed this up and we should see that in time something will come and deliver to this and we'll see the supplies go up. So whilst we wait for that to happen, let me just detail out this area and then we'll just continue with our build. Alright, so we've got it back almost the way it was, and so far so good. We're not seeing any issues. Supplies are being used up, but eventually I should see, there we go, and you see the supplies got restocked, so that is awesome. So that sorts out that problem, which is, oh gosh, I was worried I was not going to be able to sort that out for a moment there. Alright, so with that done, I had thought about connecting up this area, but I figured I would defer that to a later date. But instead, I want to come along to this town and start building it up over here. Now, all of these areas are below the sea level. And somebody again left a comment that part of the reason why I see flooding from time to time is because the sea level rises and drops in Cities Skylines 2, something that I must be honest I did not know. But I've already put so much effort into putting all of these things where they are right now, and up until this point I haven't seen any flooding in this area. So I am going to take for granted that it will be fine. So I'm going to leave it the way it is and I'm going to continue with the build. And if we do have any issues, what I will do is I will build maybe a levee or two around it, just so that hopefully it will help a little bit. But for now, we are going to continue. We are going to build. We are going to work with what we've got. And I'm going to start off by just bringing out this land just a little bit so that we have room to actually work with right next to the roads. So just some basic landscaping work that I want to do just to get myself. I love these like pieces of land that just extend out into the middle of nowhere, into the ocean or into the sea, whatever it is that you want to call it. I love doing stuff like that. So we're going to move the tree line back a little bit because we're going to do some development around here, and then I think what I wanted to also do is, let me just decrease the brush strength because that's quite a lot. I'm gonna bring it out also around, gonna bring it out also around here just a little bit. So I want to create not necessarily a cove, but something resembling a cove where we get a small space in here. And what I want to build in this little nook right over here is like a little beach, right? So I want to give that a try, see if we can get a beach type thing going in this small little space, which I think in real life, you know, the residents of a place like this will definitely enjoy. And the way I want to do that is I want to get a small little, too much. I want to get like a nice little contained area, and then we can bring out the land quite a bit, because we're going to level out all of this anyway. So the further out I bring the land, the better. And then I think if I go ahead and level out all of this, it should be good. So I'm gonna test out my first custom beach in this space, and then if it works out nicely, hey, we will build more beaches around Coral Reaches. I think it will be beautiful to have nice white sandy areas that the residents can go to and enjoy themselves in this region. And I think I want to get like what looks like a small little like hill type thing around here. I think it will add nicely to the ambiance of the entire area. Gonna put nice trees and everything around the space. Oh, I think that is cool. That is cool. Of course, we're gonna go ahead and lower the brush strength again, and then we'll just smooth it out just a little bit so that it does not look as ragged. All right, so I think that's quite all right. It's nice and rocky in this area. We've got some sharp spots here that I'm not a big fan of, but you know what, it is what it is. And it'll be nice to give this area also just a little bit of an oomph, a little bit of height as well, just around there. All right, cool. So we're gonna come back here. This is where we're gonna build our little beach. I might even build another one in that area, but we'll see how everything pans out. Before we get started on this town, I think what would be nice is to get a substation going. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put a substation like right here, right on its own in this little corner. And the idea is I'm going to connect up everything to the substation, everything in this area. So it's going to be the, what's the word? The substation that supplies this rural, I don't know, this countryside area. And I think that should help a lot in making my life easier, I think. So let's go ahead and connect this one up to, oh, why are you underground? There we go. Let's connect this one up to there, and then we can go ahead and give this place, this road, the light upgrade, which should then carry power all the way to the side. And I think that should be good, right? Yeah, so we've got power that connects up to here. And the only thing that we now need is water and sewage. So if I can go ahead and connect, let's see, which side is the water? It's on that side, great. So then if we go ahead and connect it up, then I think we can get cracking with the development. So let's stop you there, connect it up to there, and then connect, no, other way, connect you up to that side. Great. So this place should now have water and electricity. I think we can go ahead now, start the development in this place. And I'm going to start off just expand out the land a little bit, because I'm going to convert a lot of this into tiny pockets of lots, or tiny lots, on which we'll build all of our houses and stuff. So let's get cracking. All right, we've built out most of the town. I just want to take stock of what that all looks like. So we've got some nice old school, European houses over here to make this area look like Main Street and where most of the stuff is happening. I'm very happy this came out with a parking spot. I was worried I was not going to get any parking and I was gonna start having to explore how to build custom parking, but the fact that this has got a little parking spot right there makes me very, very happy. So yeah, it's shaping up very nicely. Gonna continue. I'm probably going to continue down about over here like so. Probably put a smaller residential pocket here with a little bit of farms around this space, and beach here, maybe another beach here, and then we have a nice small little cute place over here that I think is turning out quite nicely. I think that is turning out not too badly at all. We will address the issue of all of these lack of high skilled labor with the college over in that town, but for now we'll continue expanding on the beautiful rural type look in the area. All right, so before we continue, what I want to do now is that I want to kick off the beach in this area, and I'm thinking I want to do this in a little bit more real time as opposed to the time lapse, because this is the first time that I'm going to be trying this out. So we're gonna start off by clearing out all of these trees. I think if I go brush, it might be a lot better. So we're gonna clean all of this out and disable that. I don't know, I think I would have preferred for that to be disabled by default anyways, but that's just me. Now what I want to use is I want to use the oil surface. I believe it's the one that looks the most beach sandy. So if I do that, so that is the oil texture, that is the ore texture, and lastly we've got sand, and I think it should be, oh, it's actually the sand. Yes, the sand one is the brightest. Okay, so sand it is. So we'll go ahead and grab the sand, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create an area just around the sea, sort of like the sea area here. I wanna try and keep it not too hectic. I think there's like a little hill here. Yes, there is. So let's actually remove that last one. And then from here, I can go ahead and let's say we pull it out all the way over to, let's see, let's just do this side. Right, and I'm gonna send this one out to meet the road because I want to make it seem as though this road is built right along the beach. But I think let that be the entrance area, and then we'll maintain some green barrier space maybe around here and give another entrance to the beach area. Let's go out a little bit further. Let's say over there, come out over here. And this is sort of like an unofficial place that some people, when, I don't know, park their cars or whatever it is. I'm missing that node. There we go. Oh, no. I right-clicked. I'm so used to right-clicking from Cities Skylines 1. Anyways, okay. So we've got that in, and what I'm going to do is that I'm going to put some green space around here. And the idea here is I want the beach to look wild and sort of not necessarily a place where you just get immediate access. So this is where the trees come into handy. It is going to sort of form this like barrier to help close off where, what is this thing, where the texture is. And then I think from that point on, I will then be able to, what's the word, detail out the entire area. But because we don't have things like decals that merge or blend areas together, we have to get creative with our trees, right? I'm going to turn on Anarchy so that it's easier for me to place all of these. And then we're going to use other trees to sort of bring out this rough or this foresty look all around this area. All right, how's that looking? So I think that's looking all right. I'm gonna basically employ the same tactic all around this space, and then we will go ahead and start the detailing. All right, so we have the basic outline of the beach, which is quite all right. I think it's a nice wild beach, looking good. What I want to do is, now around here, I want to have a spot in this area that has like a ton of parking. So this is where most people that come to the beach will sort of be located, right over on this corner. And I think this will be a good time to just clear out some of these trees. And I do like the fact that it's actually right up against the beach itself over there, which I think adds a nice touch. I wish I had some decals that I could use to blend the area together, but unfortunately it is not the case. I think what would have been nice is to have a way that this area could look out at the sea, but unfortunately I cannot blend it beautifully enough, and so we're going to rather have it be bordered by like a tree fence. And I think that should add a little bit, it should make it look a bit better, I think, overall, as opposed to it just being, you know, a hard stop over there. And then we'll probably maybe put like some paths or something in that area. I'll see, maybe just leave it forest, but let's see how that goes. So with the parking spot, I think some nice areas that will be good is a little bit of commercial in this place. I think that should be a nice touch. So if we can go ahead and then zone a little bit of commercial in here, and then I think around here we can just go ahead and make this just a little, I don't know, what should I call this? A little gray area. I don't know what to call it. Let's just pull that across, and we'll go ahead and just put maybe, actually, you know what we can do? Let's pull up this chappy, and we can go ahead and add a table or two maybe around here. I think that should add table sets. There we go. I think if we just put one or two of these, so as you enter the town, you've got a small place where there is some, I don't know, an eatery of some sort. So this is like a beachside diner type place that's over here that people can come and chill. I think once this area grows, I hope it blends in nicely and it doesn't turn out to be like a gas station. I think that will not be nice. All right, so now let's make this place have some access directly to the beach, like so. And then we will probably just detail around this also with some of these trees. Okay, so now we've got an entrance point, or at least we've got a couple of entrance points into the beach. I just want to try and make sure that any place where we have this hard line does not show up, which is, to me, is very crucial. All of that stuff must be hidden. And so far, I think that's looking very nice. I think that is blending together very nicely. I want to leave these to grow up, and then we will worry about how that whole area will look. So now with that, let's go ahead and see what options we have. So I want to check out if we have any benches. And I know I looked at one of these tennis benches, which I think looks very nice as a what you call it, chair. What do we get with chair? Tennis umpire chair. There we go. This looks like it could pass off as the place where the lifeguard sits, perhaps. Do we have any other one? Ooh, deck chairs. So now we're looking at something that could look, that could be a, that we can pass off as a sun lounge, right? That's what I want. There we go. This we can pass off as sun lounge. So let's put a couple of these down and see what that looks like. Okay, so we've got a couple of chairs laid out all around here. What would be nice to have now is some kind of a, what's this thing, like an umbrella. I don't know if they have umbrellas in here. Let's have a look. No umbrellas. Oh gosh. So now what do I use to continue with all of this detailing? Okay, so no umbrellas. What I want to try and then do is let's go ahead and convert this to a slightly wilder looking area. So if I go to like my boulders, for example, I can then go ahead and try and make this place look a little bit more wild, because the area where we are at around the space, I do want that type of look. So we can go ahead, place down a couple of boulders that extend all the way into the sea. And I do see that I've got a tree in here. So just a couple of boulders all over the place, especially around maybe the edge here. I tried this random boulder one and the last time when I tried this, it looked so dark and it did not resonate with me at all. But now, okay, cool, that works. This works very well. I will definitely take that. I think get a couple of these in. So this is the wild corner, the area where the parents will advise all the kids, do not go there, and that is where all the kids will be. Okay, so we've put a couple of, I actually want another one maybe right here in front, so that we get that nice wild look overall. Okay, cool. I wish the boulders were slightly bigger, but you know what, it's fine. It's fine. We'll make use of what we've got. Then let's put in some of these tree bushes. Ooh, some of these tree bushes in between. Those always help add a little bit of vavavoom to things, yeah? It really does. And it's just too big. Nah, I think we can stick one of those down over there. And we should be able to put a couple more at here as well. Probably not a too big of a tree. Let's grab a boulder and let's put in one or two maybe around that space, and then we can put some bushes around these ones, and definitely this one. I think I want something that looks a little bit thicker. I don't know if I've got that though. That's too bright. It's too tall. That's too low lying. Let's put the oak over there and just one or two smaller bushes around. And then I think that should add nicely to the wild look. All right, we've got a wild beach of nice, beautiful, sandy area, and people can come and chill over here and have themselves a little bit of fun. And I think overall that's fitting in nicely. I don't have as many assets as I thought I was going to have to add all over the place. I hope for at least an umbrella, because I think the umbrellas would have added very nicely to the place overall. But you know what, it's fine. We make use of what we've got. It is what it is. Cool. So with this area sort of set up, let me just expand out this place a little bit. I don't think I want to build anything around here. Maybe I'll put a commercial or two in this space, then make this area a nice hilly forest. Let's go ahead and finish this area off. Oops. I did something and all of my sand just disappeared. Ugh. When things like that happen, all I wanted was to extend. I wanted to extend it sort of out into this area so that we could create like a little seating space of sorts. But I guess it was not meant to be. So let me just go ahead and create this over here. We get it all the way out to this side, and then we can go out to the edge. And then I think I can go ahead and extend it out like that, and then go and complete the area. There we go. So what I wanted to do was create something like this where I can have a nice barrier area over like on this space. So there's some kind of a connection to one of these places, and then we'll put down like a bunch of chairs and stuff where people basically would sit. So if I then go ahead to this, I didn't even realize I had this open this whole time. Let's search for, let's say, table set, and maybe we can have something. So this is like, you know, beach life, beachside eating, or whatever you wanna call it. Oh, these are actually nicer. I think these are nicer. Let's get rid of these ones. I think these are nicer and look a little less formal. I think these ones probably do the job a little bit better. Do I have any? Oh, hello. Okay, great. This is great. So we can have something here. It looks like it's extending from from this building out into this space, and we're passing all of this off as some form of a commercial area. Oh, another nice one. This is awesome. So now we have clusters of different types of seating, which I don't think is too shabby. Right, and let's try another one. Nope, not nice. Nope. And oh yeah, benches. Cool. So benches we can have along the actual beachfront, seating spaces for people who come and want to just relax. And I think that is good. Do we have trash cans? Let's see if there is. I think this fits in better with the look overall. So let's plonk these right next to each of the tables, because we do not want a dirty beach. Over here we can go ahead and put a couple along the path all the way around like so. Okay, so we've got that beach area, and then what I think I will add now is maybe a tree or two all around this whole space. Question now is, what tree? This is nice and tall. Unless I put one giant tree maybe around here, which I think it's not too bad. And then, you know what, let's go ahead and do this. Put one over there and maybe one over there as well. And our beach is basically all but complete. I mean, I would love to add more detailing props and stuff, but unfortunately I do not have any more. So we make use of what we've got, and the only thing that's left is maybe a little bit of detailing around this actual town. Am I able to zone here? Can't tell. Let's see. If I put you down, will you grow? Yes, that will grow. Awesome. Awesome. So we'll just close this whole area off with a little bit of just a few trees here and there. Let's put down maybe a spruce or two. And this is a tree I haven't used a lot in this area. So with Anarchy, I can go ahead and just put a couple of big trees in between houses and just complete the entire look of the place. As much as I've zoned a lot of these places right up against each other, I still think sticking in a couple of trees in between does the job nicely. Alrighty. So that's it, people. We've got ourselves a nice small little beach town going that is in, like, it's on a lake or whatever you wanna call it, a little nook into the landscape. And overall, I think that's turning out quite all right. Now, what I did notice is this town is starting to get a lot of these waiting for ambulance, police and stuff, but I cannot put that here. I mean, if I try and put a police station here now, it is too big for this whole area, and I think it's completely out of, I don't know, it doesn't look good. But then if I look at a place like this, we are flooding here, so another place I need to raise the land, because this whole area is just completely red. Maybe this is an area I can put a police station, and overall it covers that area as well, which I think is good. So maybe let's get a police station down over there. That should offer coverage to this area. I'll fix this later. And I think with that, I can go ahead now and probably do a little bit of development around here, and then extend the town out just in this space, mostly with like farmlands and stuff. I'm thinking of putting a small little beach in this space. And now that we sort of have an idea of how we can create the beaches, as we start moving along, we'll start creating small little ones, and then we'll have a nice big one around this area. Maybe we'll get a couple of, I'll find some props that might actually look a lot better as we do the detailing around the town. So yeah, that's it, everybody. We are looking good. Let's start blending out the town into the surrounding landscape. Alright, let's see where we are at. I've decided to put a small little settlement in this spot. It's nothing big, really tiny. It's a set of houses. I've got some small commercial here just to meet whatever demand might come from these people. I was considering converting this to a different type of road, but I think I'm going to leave it. I think overall it still fits in nicely. And this is starting to take shape in terms of the tiny little pockets of development that I want all over the place, and this covers that very well. I think the only thing is what I'll convert this area to, or what I'll try and put here, let's see what that will look like, is instead of just leaving it green space, I'm thinking, let's see what it will look like if I make it into like a farm, if it looks like it's a farmland space. Let's see if that actually, yeah, I think that adds a bit better to the overall aesthetics of this area, which I'm very happy with. Small little area. I tried to build like 1 or 2 houses here that had big lots, you know, overlooking the water. I think that's something that would have probably made sense, like people would have gotten nice big spaces over here. So there's that as well. I was considering putting like boulders along this area, but I thought to myself that would be too much work, so let me not bother. And then of course we've got a small little, another beach. Why is it not placing? Oh, that's weird. It's not placing. Let's turn on Anarchy. I wasn't getting an error, but it wasn't placing the trees either, which is very, very strange. Okay, so another small little beach area. I don't know, I think let me make this area just a tad bit big. Ooh, that's a lot. Oof. A tad bit bigger. Let's just bring it out a little bit more, and it can be a little bit rougher. I think that should be good, and we can get the water coming in all over the place. Alrighty, cool, there we go. I think that is cute. That is nice and cute. And given that, you know what, when I look at this place, maybe what would be nice is to have a nice area here with a little bit of commercial possibly. So let's just put down some commercial over here, and I'm also going to go ahead and put maybe a row house or 2, and let's see what overall that's going to look like. We'll put a house here because I think this will be a nice place for development to have taken place. I don't know, I have a feeling this is a tad bit too big, but let's let it develop out and we'll see how it all shapes together. I think we can get another settlement in this little corner, which should also add nicely to the overall area. And can I fit something here? No, I cannot. It's coming from this side, so I don't want to put down a road or a path or anything like that. So yeah, overall, there we go. That's what it's all coming together. I think we've shaped up this area very nicely with our small little settlement. For now, let me just go ahead and grab this tree. Let's go into the brush mode. Ooh, let's turn that off, and let's cover up this place with just some trees all over this area. And I think there we go. People, we have a nice little quaint small town. What we don't have is a name for this place. So let me put a, ooh, I think it's you rather. Let's put a little district actually. Let's make this entire area this little town. So all right, so we've got Cherry Springs, people. If anybody's got a name, give me a shout. Let me know what you would like Cherry Springs to be, and we'll give that area its name. This area that we've just developed as well, let's also give it a little region district around it. And I'm thinking, should I make this whole area this one place? But actually no, what I want is I want the name to sit right over the town or the development. Let me rather say like that. Hawthorne Downs is what we've got, and I think this area can have its own little cute name as well if somebody deems it so. So yeah, if you've got name suggestions, Brightwater Acres, you know what, I'm gonna reduce all of these down to just one word because I don't like the double word names. So let's get this to just be Hawthorne. I don't think that really fits, but anyways, Cherry Springs. So about Cherry Springs, I think what I want to do is I want to reduce this, because I do not like where the name sits. There we go, that's better. So now it sits over the actual town, and I think this makes a little bit more sense. Actually, let's get rid of you. Let's get rid of you, and I think I can bring this one down to about here. All right, and then we'll just call this one Springs for now, and if anybody's got a name, give me a shout. We'll give names to all of these places. So this area does not have a name yet. This is the industrial area. I think, yeah, I think the tides thing might be real, hey, because wow, this whole area is now flooded properly. So this is not going to fly. I think this goes down way too low. I need to get rid of basically all of this and raise the land, and it's not something I'm in the mood for right now. Industry is growing, that's nice, so we'll probably zone a little bit more industry in this spot. Alright, so I hadn't planned on building anything around the industrial area, but as I was doing it, I thought I would use it as an opportunity to give it a try and see what some of the options are within that add objects menu. And I think it is opening the door up to some nice detailing. We've got a couple of crates and piles and stuff that we can start sticking in the backyards of places, which I think overall add nicely to the whole area. The only thing is, when these buildings finish growing, they're not the same size as the construction site. So you see, we get this like area of green space which is like left over, which I'm not a fan of. So we can go ahead and just close that off nicely. All right, so the only thing is also is this looks very, very clean. Wish we had some decals to make it look a little bit dirtier, but you know what, it is what it is. I still like, whether it's realistic or not, I still like to put like trees around places like this. I don't know what a real industrial area looks like, but what are the rules around whether there should be trees on. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like those very, very much. I think that fits in so beautifully into that space. So yeah, played around a bit with some of the detailing. I think that has come together nicely. We're out of office demand, and I don't think we're going to get office demand until I go ahead and get some higher skilled people in the town. But otherwise, overall, I think this is shaping up very, very nicely. All right, everybody, I think that is it. We've made the progress for today, and I think we'll leave it here. I'm pretty sure the video is getting more than long enough at this point. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already and you've been here a while. And don't forget to turn on the notifications so you do not miss a single video going forward. Big shout out to all of my patrons and YouTube members. Thank you all so much for all the extra support that you show the channel. It is truly, truly appreciated. As we get into the cinematics, I hope you enjoy beautiful scenes of our small beach town, and I shall catch you all in the next one. Cheers, everybody.